Good afternoon, all. So in previous session, we had discussion on introduction to Tally and how to create, how to start Tally ERP 9. Okay. So in today's session, before going further operating Tally, we need to understand the basic concepts of accountancy. So today we are going to discuss some of the basic concepts to understand what is accountancy, what is account, what are types of account, and how we classify the accounts. Okay. So here, what is accounting? You know that you might learn in financial accounting, where accounting can be defined as the art of recording, classifying, summarizing, and presenting the financial business dealings and interpreting its results thereof. It means accounting is nothing but it is the art of recording the business transactions. How you are going to record? So first you collect the transactions, classify it on the basis of its similar nature, and summarize in terms of groups as ledger, and presenting it in a systematic way using financial statement like balance sheet and profit and loss account. And thereof, you can analyze the result of final accounting. So account is the blood of the business, and every business speaks its status with its accounts only. Means what is the status, whether it is in profit or loss, so it speaks by its accounts. Okay, so first the basic concept, you need to understand the definition of accounting, and after that next, the classification of accounts. How you are going to classify the accounts? You know that in accountancy, we are classifying or grouping the accounts on the basis of common characteristics, common features. So similar nature transactions are classified into groups, and those classification can be categorized into three types. There are three types of accounts: personal account, a real account, and nominal account. These are the three basic accounts we are dealing in accountancy. Now let us see what are these. The first, personal accounts. So these are the accounts of persons, firms, companies, organizations, institutions with whom businessman deals transactions. Or it may be a person or a group of persons like debtors, creditors, bankers, or capital, drawings, etc. So personal accounts belongs to persons, the business from whom it deals the business transactions. So those persons account is considered as persons, personal accounts. Again, this personal account is classified into three types: natural personal account, artificial personal account, and third one, representative personal account. So in the personal account, we have three types. So what are accounts comes under natural personal account? So natural personal account relate to the living individuals, living beings. The human being accounts are considered as a natural personal account, like Rama's account, Shiva's account, Abdul's account, Ramesh account. Means the person who is dealing the business transactions with the company. Those persons accounts, individuals who are living beings, who are living individuals, those accounts are considered under natural personal accounts. The second one, artificial personal accounts. Here, these are accounts related to the institutions or body of individuals or body of persons which are considered as persons in the eyes of law. According to law, some of the body of persons will be treated as persons, like companies, societies, firms, schools and colleges, institutions, government agencies, clubs, banks. These are all considered as body of persons and will be treated as artificial persons. So these artificial persons account comes under artificial personal account or personal account. And the third one, representative personal account. So these are the accounts that represent some person or group of persons. So a individual or a group of individuals account will be considered as representative personal account. For example, debtors account. Debtor, so who borrow loan from the company, who borrowed the loan from the company, they are treated as debtors. And creditors are those peoples who from whom we borrow loans. The loan given peoples comes under creditors. Or sometimes we also consider outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, advance income, capital account, drawing account, so employees PF account, gratuity account. These are all accounts comes under representative personal accounts. That is what first type of account, personal account. So in that, so natural persons account, artificial personal account, and representative of personal accounts. The second type of accounts is real accounts. These are accounts that related to the assets, properties with which we run the business. We carry on or carry out the business transactions. So these are the accounts related to physical things which are used to run the business, like cash account, stock account, land account, building account, goodwill account, copyright account. These are all accounts comes under real account. This real account again subdivided into two types. The first one, tangible account. The second one, intangible account. Let us see what is tangible and intangible. So tangible accounts consist of the assets which can seen, touch, measured, and bought and sold. The physical materials, the physical existence which can seen and touch and measured in terms of money and also bought and sold in the business are considered as tangible real account, like land account, building account, furniture account, cash account, machinery account, investment account. These are all considered as tangible real accounts. And intangible real accounts are related to those assets which are only rights, which cannot be seen and touched and felt, but they can bought and sold in terms of money. So intangible assets cannot be seen, but it can be measured in terms of money, and it is bought and sold in the market. Those type of rights like goodwill account, patent account, trademarks account, copyright account, these are all we cannot see, but these are all can buy and sold in the business. Therefore, these accounts are considered as intangible real accounts. And the third one is nominal accounts. So nominal accounts are those which deals with various expenses or losses and incomes and gains. Neither they are personal or real account. So which are not real and personal account, all are considered under nominal accounts. All types of expenses, all types of losses, all types of incomes and gains will be considered as nominal account. Expenses like wages account, rent paid account, advertisement account, salary account, are loss by fire, are interest received, interest paid. So interest received is a income, interest paid is a expenses. So commission received is a income, commission paid is a expenses. Depreciation account. So like this, all income and gains and expenses or losses comes under nominal account. So these are all three different types of accounts. So the meaning of all these three accounts you must know before going to understand how to operate Tally. Okay. After that, for journal entries, we are following some rules of debit and credit. You know that. So for these three types of accounts, we have the debit and credit rule. The first one, for personal account, we consider debit the receiver and the credit the giver. So here personal account deals with persons. So who is the receiver, who is the giver? If he is the receiver, it should be debited. If he is the giver, it should be credited. Okay. So in double entry system, we do transactions in two ways. So one debit entry, another is credit entry. Okay. So buy and to. So buy is a debit entry and to is a credit entry. Okay. So in real account, what is the rule? Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So whatever comes into the business will be considered as debit, and whatever goes out from the business will be considered as credit. And the nominal account rules of debit and credit is debit expenses or losses and credit incomes and gains. So whatever expenses and losses you bear in the business, all will be treated as debit, and whatever income and gains comes to the business will be credited. Okay, these are the debit and credit rules. You should know, because while entering voucher entry in Tally, you must know which should be debited and which should be credited, and you should follow these three debit and credit rules. Okay, so I'm having one exercise here. So you need to classify these accounts, under which account it can be classified. Okay, I'm listing out some of the accounts here. Okay, so capital account, furniture account, rent paid account, copyright account, Hubli and Company account, stock account. Okay, so these accounts, under which account it should classify. So capital account should classify under personal account. Capital account means owner's account. The investor, who commences business, his account will be treated as capital account. Okay, so it's a personal account. And furniture is a real account, because it is a goods used to run the business, furniture required for the business. So machinery, goods, furniture, all comes under real account. Rent paid, it should come under nominal account. Copyright account comes under real account. And next, Hubli and Company account, it is a body of person, so artificial person, therefore it should classify under personal account. And the last one, stock, also comes under real account. Okay, so like this, first you should understood how each individual account classify under these types of accounts, whether it is personal, real or nominal. After getting this, you can apply the debit and credit rules. Okay, then only you can understood how it should be posted to the journal entry. Okay, now I am going to tell you how to classify these accounts. For example, a transaction commenced business with cash rupees 1 lakh. Here in this transaction, we can extract two accounts. One is cash, another is capital account. And cash classify under real account, capital account classify under personal account. You know though, you know the real account debit credit rule and the personal account debit credit rule. So in real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And in personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay, when cash invested into the business as a capital account, so cash comes to the business, therefore it should be debited. And capital account is nothing but owner's account. He is the giver, so he is investing money into the business, therefore he is the giver and he should be credited. So how you are going to make a journal entry? So here, by cash account data to capital account. Here you can write the narration also, being commenced business with cash rupees 1 lakh. So it's a brief description about the transactions. So like this, you can classify the account, you can apply the debit and credit rule and post the journal entry. The transactions. So this is the homework for you. Okay. So I will share this PPT with you, and all of you, what you should do, you should classify the accounts and make a journal entry for all these 10 transactions. Okay. So this is what today's discussion. So in today's discussion, if you have any doubts, you may ask the questions. So it's a revision, because already in the first year, in the first sem, you learn in the financial accounting 1. Okay, so I'm repeating here because it is basic fundamental concept required for making entries in Tally. Okay, so if you have any doubts. No doubts? Okay, so thank you for today's session. We'll continue in the next class. In the next class, I'm going to tell you how to create companies, alter companies, delete companies in the Tally.